In life, details count, especially when you create success for yourself. The difference sometimes between successful people and people who are always almost successful are the little details. So when you get into an interview, the little details will make a huge difference between two candidates. And what I want to share with you today are those little details, 10 crucial tips that will get you to your dream job. Don't let your lack of attention to details make you lose that dream job, that opportunity that you've been looking for. You've done the hard work already. You got to that interviewing process now. So make sure you get and you take all the chances and the opportunity that you have to get that dream job because you deserve it. And stay till the end because the last one is my best and my favorite. But it's so simple, but people forget it so many times. My name is Arthur, and this channel is for people, Africans, top professionals who are ambitious and they want to rise up in their career. So if you want to experience more growth, experience more influence, experience more wealth with your career, then this channel is for you. And I want to recommend you to do two things now. First, subscribe to this channel. And second, hit the notification clock so that you receive the content that I'm sharing every single week. And also share this channel if you like it with people, like-minded people, because we are creating a family here. We are creating a global community of Africans that will rise up, become expert, become good at what they do, create top performance careers, and they will come together to create more impact for Black and African communities around the world and for Africa. Let's come back to it. 10 crucial details, tips that you have to pay attention to. The first one is make sure that you practice interviews. Interviewing is like sports, is like a muscle. You have to practice it to become good at it. And so if you're a student right now and you don't have enough experience, maybe in your school you have student fairs, and sometimes true real recruiters are coming there to help you practice. Make sure that you use every opportunity you have to practice those skills. Sometimes in some schools, they have as well practice sessions. Make sure you get into those sessions and you practice every single time. And also, if you're a professional and you've been 15 years, 20 years, and you are interviewing for that senior role, for that CEO role, for example, then maybe you have to hire a coach because the stakes are high. You're getting to the 6-figure salary, sometimes the 7-figure salaries. The stakes are high. Hire a coach that will help you get back into the game and make sure that you use every opportunity. Sometimes you even can apply for jobs that are not of interest for you just to go and practice interviews. It's so important to practice interviews regularly. It's a muscle, build that muscle. The second tip I want to share with you is make sure that when you get to that company, you interact and you engage with people at the company. Make sure you say hi to that receptionist. Sometimes people in some companies, they come to the receptionist to ask how you behaved. Sometimes they ask for people who were in contact with you. What do they think about you? So be careful when you get there. Don't stay on your phone. Don't be with your headsets. Make sure that you interact with people there. Make sure that if you have someone, you converse with them. It's so important as well for you because you get to understand the culture of the company. You get to understand the people who are working there. It will help you as well with the conversation with the recruiter. The tip number 3 is make sure that you prepare questions for the recruiter or the manager that is interviewing you. It shows that you are interested when you ask questions to that manager, that interviewer, but also it shows that you are prepared. It's just benefits for you. Like they will see you as the right fit if you do that things, and people forget that all the time. Those are little details, but they are so important. important. The tip number 4 that I want to share with you is make sure that you research the company profile. Make sure that you get into the website. Make sure that you understand the projects, what they're passionate about. Make sure if you have the name of the recruiter, make sure that you understand. You go on LinkedIn and you look at what they worked on. Maybe on Facebook and see what are their passion. Make sure you understand the person you will be talking to, the company you will be interviewing with. It's so important because it shows that you are showing interest. It shows that you are very focused on what you want. There are different ways, like websites. You can go on Quora, you can go on Glassdoor. Make sure that you research that company and you understand things even beyond just the job offer that you read, right? It's so important. The tip number 5 I want to share with you is bring a notebook. Make sure you have a notebook with you and make sure you show that notebook during the interview and you take notes when the interviewer is talking about the company, for example. Sometimes the interview starts with that, right? Take notes. Make sure you do that. And also, if your notebook, you can write your pre-written notes and your questions on the notebook as well. So it can help you remember the questions that you want to ask and remember the notes that you took so that you can use them during the interview. What I was doing as well is I was always coming with my resume with me so that when I was talking to the interviewers, sometimes I was showing the resume and talking and pointing the experience that I was describing, the experience that I was relating. When I was talking about a story and I was talking about results, I was coming back to that. That was also a visual way to communicate with the interviewer. It was more interacting than just a talking head. And also you can bring in some past work that you've done. If you want to demonstrate what you are explaining, you can show that to the interviewer. Little details, they count. Let me tell you, I'm a basketball player. Little details count. You try many shots and sometimes you lose a game because you just missed little shots, important shots. Little details are important in life. Successful people understand that. So make sure that you understand that, right? I want you to succeed. So make sure you understand that. The tip number 6 is make sure that you send a thank you email or a thank you note to the interviewer after the interview. And make sure you do that within the next 24 hours after the interview. If you don't have that time, don't go beyond 84 hours, right? 48 hours, sorry. Make sure you do that. It is so important. I remember every time I did that, I got a feedback from the recruiter and I realized that the recruiter also get the chance to remember me because in that thank you note, you can also point out how interested you are in that role. It is details that count, and that one, that thank you note, that thank you email sets you apart from other candidates. Also, if you've talked to someone else in that company before you got to the interview, send a thank you note. Just for the time, just for the friendliness. It's always good to be grateful, and it's always good to create connections in a company that you are interested in, right? Even if you don't get that job, you might as well create that connection because they can help you get another job in the same company, right? Tip number 7 that I want to share with you is make sure you dress appropriately. So if you're a student right now, make sure you wear a suit. If you know that the business attire there is suit. If it's a startup, don't go there with a suit, right? You just show that you are not the right fit if you go there with the suit. But it's the same thing if you are an experienced professional. Make sure you don't go and you interview for a startup with a suit. That's not going to fly. Just simple as that, right? Just be yourself, of course, but wear a business attire that fits the company culture. And if you're not sure about it, you can ask for it. You can ask to the interviewer, what's the business attire there, right? But one rule that I'm always using is always do a bit more than what is expecting from you. So if it's a startup, you can get there with a jacket if you are a man, and then a pair of jeans so that you are casual but still a bit more formal than the people. And if it's a suit, then it's a suit, right? If you're a girl, same thing. Casual if it's a startup, but not too casual, right? And if it's a suit, then it's a suit, it's a lady suit, right? That was the tip number 7. Tip number 8. There are certain type of questions that you need to prepare. A behavioral question. The questions where they ask you, how did you do this? The question they ask you, demonstrate how you did this. Tell me about a time when you did this. Those questions are very important because you have to tell a story. This is where you actually demonstrate that you're capable of doing that job. And this is the opportunity to really win the interview because stories sell. So prepare your stories. You won't be able to prepare for all the answers, but there are specific experiences you have to prepare for them so that you deliver them in a way that is so attractive, so compelling, so powerful that the interviewer won't forget you. So important, that little one. Prepare those behavioral questions. The tip number 9, this is one of my best tips, right, is you have to view that interview as a conversation. So many candidates, they get there, they are nervous. They get there, they feel like it's an exam. Remember that you are talking to a recruiter, you are talking to a person. You are talking to a manager, you are talking to a person. And remember that the recruiter and the manager, they are investing their time, they're investing their effort and their money in the recruiting process. So they want you to be the best candidate. They want you to be the winning candidate. So make sure that you get there relaxed, you get there confident. Of course, don't go and brag, but go there, be confident, and make sure that you express the best version of yourself there, because that's what the recruiter is looking after. They're looking for you to be the best version of yourself so that you get hired. It will help them tremendously. It will help you tremendously if you get there and you treat it as a conversation with a future colleague, a conversation with the future manager, right? Those people are just people. They also need to win that interview. They need to get you as the best candidate. So just be calm, be confident, and express yourself. That will help you tremendously. The last tip, which is my best one, is I always get there. Or I always strive to get there. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I got there and it was like 5 minutes just before the interview. But what I want you to do is get there 21 minutes before the interview. That should be your objective, 21 minutes before the interview. It will give you time to just feel the atmosphere. It will give you time to connect with people. It will give you time to be relaxed and talk to people. It will give you time to engage with people. It will give you time as well to calm down after the trip to get to the interview, to calm down and to start getting into that focus zone, right? That was it for me. I just want you to remember one thing. Details count in life. Successful people pay attention to details. That's what separates excellent people, top performance people, and just average people. And if you are listening to this, you are not average. If you are listening to this, it means that you have within yourself a lot of potential. And once you feel that potential, it means that you are bound to fulfill that potential. Now, if you want help in getting that dream job, if you have an interview that is so important for you coming up, especially if you're a leader, in the leader position role where those interviews are so important, especially in terms of how you communicate, right? If it's coming up and you need help, I can help you there. Just there's a link below this video. If you go and click on it, you can book a call with me or someone in my team, and I will make sure that we deliver the best experience for you so that you are ready for that interview, so you crush that interview. So don't hesitate if you feel like you need help to prepare that interview coming up, or you need help in your career to create that best life you want. If you need help to get that dream job that you want, we're here to help. So click on the link below and request that interview, request that meeting with me or someone in my team. Until then, I wish you a successful interview and a successful career. I'll talk to you in another video. Bye-bye.